Shalom, shalom. Keep the sheet back with another video, man. We're just gonna kick it out, giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. You know, double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone for teaching the preaching his word. Shalom. Shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered by preaching the truth and sincerity, man. You know, and doing the work and enduring all things. But we just had a quick lesson, man, out here in the elements, man. Just going into and wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Most High, man, and why it's important to follow after the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, man, and hold on to that, man. You know, today's lesson, it says follow her and see what God did, man. You know, referring to that her as wisdom and knowledge, man. You know, and I got this lesson really just inspired from the elder GMS Orlando. You know, he had a great lesson, a great edifying lesson. The title was like spending quality time with Sophia and taking her out on the weekends, you know, and that Sophia that he was referring to, it was wisdom and knowledge, man. You know, the wisdom and knowledge from Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Ultimately, you know, what you get from the spirit of Yahweh Shah, which the Father got to send to you, man. So we're just going to jump right into it, Proverbs 2 and 1. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 1. It reads, "My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thy heart to understanding." So verse 2 is telling you, you get first, you got to incline thy ear unto wisdom, and you got to apply thy heart to understanding. It says verse 3, yeah, if thou criest after knowledge and lift up thy voice for understanding. Verse 4, it says, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for head treasure. So, right there is verse 4 is telling you, it's referring to that wisdom and knowledge as a her, as a female, if you want to say it. Verse 4, it says, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her for head treasures, man. So the same way you were searching for treasure, it's like the same way you would search for treasure and hid riches, man, and the same way you need to search for wisdom and knowledge and understanding, man. Because, you know, ultimately, that's what's going to uphold you and save you, especially in these latter times that we come into, man. You know, because we know, just going off future prophecy, man, it's going to be all hell breaking loose, man. If you don't understand how the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, or what's going on and things coming to pass and having that hope and faith, man, you know, you're going to bug out ultimately, man. But just continuing on, this verse 5, it says, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find knowledge. So it's telling you, you got to search after wisdom, man. It says, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord. You know, it says, and find the knowledge of the Most High. Verse 6, it says, for the Lord giveth wisdom. Out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding, man. So it's telling you right there in verse 6, only way you're going to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding is from Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, man. Because the Lord, he the one giving you wisdom. And it says, out of his mouth, read it again, verse 6, it says, out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. We know that knowledge and understanding that's coming out of his mouth, man, it just said the Lord, man. It's this book, man. It's the holy word that he spoke through his prophets, man, the man that he was using, man. So with that, just go start at 14 and just read 18.
It's the book of Sharet, chapter 1 and verse 14. It says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
So right there, it's like it, but just right there, it's telling you, because in verse 5, 2 and Proverbs 2 and 5, it says, then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of the Most High. So you understanding the fear of the Lord is what? Read it from the top.
It says, to fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. To fear the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits. She filleth all her house with things desirable, and the garners with her increase. To fear the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him.
So it tell you right there, just like as the brother just read, man, it says, the fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom, man. So you, like I said in the beginning, in verse 1, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And then it read on, continue on, and say, the fear of the Lord is the fullness of wisdom, man. So you even are able to entertain wisdom and knowledge and understanding from Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. You must fear him first, man. You must fear what he'll do to you. You must fear him enough to keep his commandments, man. That's why I read in verse 2 and 1, it says, if thou will receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, man. Because you got to hide the Most High commandments with you. You got to be doing this, said the Lord, which is his word, which is the things he spoke. You know what I'm saying? And that come with fearing the Lord, man.
It's a quick precept. It's Sharet 21 and 11. It say, he that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth understanding thereof, and the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom. So you got to perfect that thing, man. You gotta genuinely fear the Lord, man. And we know we do this by keeping the commandments, by keeping his laws, man.
That was a good precept. That was a great precept. Kind of with that, I'll just skip to Proverbs 3 and 13. In the book of Proverbs 3 and 13, it reads, it says, happy is the man that findeth wisdom, the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. It says she is more precious than rubies, and all the things I can desire are not compared to her. So again, it's referring to that wisdom as her, man. It tell you, it says she is more precious than rubies, man. You know, referring to wisdom, man. So this wisdom and knowledge of the Most High, man, it says it's more precious than rubies, and all the things that thou can desire are not to be compared to her, man. So anything you can desire, man, anything that you could possibly want, man, in this world, you know, Jake want the new Benz, Jake want the new Jazz that just dropped. He want this girl real bad. The girl you should be following after her is that wisdom and knowledge, man. That's the shit you should be wanting, man. That's the girl you need to be following after her. Jake always trying to follow to get the box, man. You need to follow after wisdom, man. Follow after Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, man. That way he can give you this wisdom, man. That way he can preserve you. But continuing on, verse 16. And it reads, it's like it, man. You're gonna see some people in the background, got people jogging out here, man. But this Proverbs 3:16, it reads, the length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor, man. So it's telling you the length of days are in her right hand, man. So you want to have long life, or even to understand, to get long life, and how to endure this walk in your life, you know, and just how to move out here, man. You gotta have wisdom and knowledge, man. Because you know, like regular Jake in the world, they don't got wisdom and knowledge. They act off their emotions, you know. They don't even think, you know, they just react. They don't even, you know, they just react off what's at hand. They don't think about how this will affect them in the near future, or how this will affect their family, or how this, or just whatever. They don't really see how things actually play out before they make decisions, man. That's why it says the length of days is in her right hand, and in her left hand riches and honor, man. Because hey, you can get riches and honor. Jake know how to get rich. Jake already got all these get rich schemes, know how to get money. But to obtain riches and honor, you gotta have wisdom, man. You know, how to keep riches, how to keep getting more of, you know, how to attain it, man. Because Jake could get $10,000, $20,000 and blow that shit, man, on foolishness, man. Because why? Because he ain't got that wisdom and knowledge to understand to how to attain it, how to make more, man. You know, Jake get a little bit of money and he do whatever with it, man. But that's off the subject, you know. Verse 17, it says, her ways are ways of pleasantness. So again, it's referring to her as a her, that wisdom as a her. It says her ways are as pleasantness, and all her paths are peace, man. And it just how I had read in verse in verse 13, it says, happy is the man that find wisdom, man. So you gonna be happy, you gonna find a peace, man, coming after the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. You know, just like paraphrasing the scriptures, hey, the Most High say he shall send us his comforter, the comforter, which is the spirit of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, what's gonna comfort us, man. You know, that's why you're gonna be at peace, man. But continuing on, verse 18, it says, she is a tree of life to them that hold upon her, and happy is everyone that retaineth her, man. So you holding on and retaining wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah, man, you're going to be happy, man. You're going to be at peace, man. You're going to understand, hey, it's okay, man, the things that's going on in this world, the things you're seeing come to pass, you're going to understand it's all right. These things must come to pass for you to actually get life and peace, man, in the new kingdom of heaven to come, man, that we look forward to, man. You're going to understand that this ain't life, you know. You're going to understand that you being subject to all these bills and payments and just different things of this world, you know, in this captivity. You're going to understand that this ain't nothing, man, you know. 4 and 12, I think. Nah, I don't got 4 and 5. Yeah, 4 and 5. I got probably 4 and 5. Grab, you can grab Sirach. Go to Sirach 1 and 12. 12 to 13, and then you'll skip to verse 18.
We already read 18.
Wait, just read 13 or 12 to 13. So
Book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 12. It says, to fear the Lord maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness and a long life. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death.
Read from top again, and then skip to 19.
It say, the fear of the Lord maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness and a long life.
So I tell you right there, man, just like I read in Proverbs 3 and 13, man, it says, hey, it give joy, man, it give gladness, man. And then it said it give a long life, like it just said in Proverbs 3, man. It said, hey, the length of days is in her right hand, man. So you get a long life and able to understand how to get a long life and have this joy and gladness, man. And you got to be dealing with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. We understand these people in the world. This is going on again. These people of the world, they don't got that wisdom, knowledge, understanding. That's why they miserable, man. That's why these people, you know, they got no hope. They got no faith, man. They don't know whether they going or whether they coming, man. You know. Continue on.
13, whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. You said skip 19?
Yeah, calm.
Verse 19, wisdom reigneth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
All right, man. So I tell you, man, hey, just read it again.
It says, verse 19, wisdom reigneth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
See what I'm saying? So you holding her fast, man, returning that wisdom, man, it's gonna honor you, man. It's gonna exalt you. It's gonna give you honor, man. You know, you're not gonna be. Of course, you want to be low in your truth, man, but you're not gonna be a low level man. You're not gonna be a low level person, man. With this wisdom, knowledge of how about Shimmy outside, man. You know, you're not gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's gonna exalt you and give you that honor, man. But continuing on, this Proverbs 4 and 5, it says, "Get wisdom and get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth." It says, "Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee." Hey, again, referring to that wisdom as a her, it says, "Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee." It says, wisdom is the principal thing, man. So wisdom, that's the principal thing. And it says, "Therefore, get wisdom. And without getting, get understanding." Verse 8, it reads, "Exalt her, and she shall promote thee," man. So if you exalt wisdom, man, hey, you keep her up on a high level, keep her, you know, at the top of the shelf, you know, where nobody can get it, and you got it, man. You just holding on to that. It says, "She shall exalt thee." So like, I lost my point. It says, "And she shall promote thee," so like, she shall bring thee to honor when thou does embrace her, man. Just going to the precept the brother just read, man. Hey, wisdom gonna exalt you. She gonna give you honor, man. If you exalt her and promote her, man, you know, it's gonna work hand in hand, man. Because you having that wisdom and knowledge of how about Shimmy Awashai is an honor, man. You know. But continuing on, yeah, I stopped there at 9, kind. Well, I ain't reading now. So like in verse 9, it says, "She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she shall deliver to thee," man. So she gonna give you that glory. She gonna give you a crown of glory, man. She gonna honor you, man. You know, you hold fast to wisdom and knowledge, man. So like you would with a girl, you know, you treating her right, you doing her right, man. You got that good bond with her, and you know y'all click tight, man. She gonna honor you, man. She not gonna back talk. She not gonna do the things that you know you don't like. You know, she not gonna be out dishonoring you. She not gonna be out, you know, having an ass show to everybody, to every man, the way he can see. She not gonna make every nigga face. But she gonna honor you, man. She gonna exalt you. You know, the same way you would treat a girl, she gonna treat you that way back, man. You see what I'm saying?
You got that precept, wisdom of this world is foolishness?
Nah, you can grab it. You grab that.
Grab it for me. I'm finna bring the account out.
Wisdom, let me see. Go ahead. I got you.
But this is the account. This is David. This is King David talking to his son Solomon, man. They say this is 1 Chronicles 22.
That's a spirit.
And I'll start word.
Yeah, that's a spirit.
Come on, this 1 Chronicle. You want to wait for it?
Nah, you go ahead. That's
All
good.
right, right. 1 Chronicles 22 and verse. I'll start at 6, just to give the whole account. It say, "Then he called for Solomon his son." This is David we talking about. It says, "And charged him to build a house for the Lord God of Israel. And David said to Solomon, my son, as for me, it was in my mind to build a house in the name of Yahweh, my power. But the word of Yahweh came to me, saying, Thou hast shed blood abundantly, and hast made great wars. Thou shalt not build a house unto my name, because thou hast shed much blood upon the earth in my sight. Behold, a son shall be born to thee, who shall be a man of rest, and I will give him rest from all his enemies round about. For his name shall be Solomon." So this, you know what I'm saying, this is an account of the Most High giving, you know what I'm saying, telling David, you know what I'm saying, about his son, you know what I'm saying, what shall be. All right, and to continue, it says, "And I will give peace and quietness unto Israel in his days. He shall build a house for my name, and he shall be my son, and I will be his father. And I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now, my son, Yahweh will be with thee, and prosper thou, and build the house of Yahweh thy power, as he hath said of thee." And this is the point. "Only Yahweh give thee wisdom and understanding, and give thee charge concerning Israel, that thou mayest keep the law of Yahweh thy power." So the point is, only the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, gives the wisdom and understanding, which is why I went with that point. If you can bring that up for me. You ain't got it? Well, I got you. It's cool.
That's a good point. Just to go over that, while the brother grabbed the precept, just like going to Paul, man, and when they were saying, we bring this out a lot, but just, Paul was saying, hey, man, he watered, and the Paul's watered, but the Lord, Yahweh Shai, he get an increase, man. It's up to him, to give the wisdom and the knowledge and understanding to you, man, if he want to, man. Just going on the point where the brother was saying.
Hold on, Salaki, let me grab it right quick, man. I can't. It should be. It was right there on the tip of my tongue, but I can't call it.
If not, I would say go back to First Chronicles 1 and 10. If you can't find, I had it.
Oh, Con, I got it. It's so just to go back to read the original point, right? It says it wasn't First Samuel. That's crazy. What was it? It was First Chronicles 22. First Chronicles 22 and 6. Now, but the point was verse 12. So First Chronicles 22 and 12. Just to reiterate, it says, "Only Yahweh give thee wisdom and understanding, and give thee charge concerning Israel, that thou mayest keep the law of Yahweh thy power." So only the wisdom only comes from the Most High, man. So this is 1 Corinthians 3 and 19. It says, "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness." So if it don't, like I said, if it just come from the world, you know what I'm saying? If it don't come from the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, then it's foolishness, man. It has no place in your mind, really. But what you said you wanted? What First Chronicles? What?
First Chronicles 1 and 10. Just because you brought up that point about Solomon and David.
First Chronicles 1 and 10.
Yeah, you can read the 13.
Sure. You feel 1 and 10? That's crucial.
I think it was that point about I had it earlier. So I had it earlier. We're just going into I know it's the First Chronicles though. It was just reiterating about how King Solomon asked the Most High man
asked him for that wisdom.
For that wisdom. I thought it was 1 and 10. I know it's the First Chronicles though. I thought it might be 11.
It might be.
I don't know. Salaki.
It's all good. I know it's in the account. Second Chronicles.
Second
Chronicles. The book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, "And God and the Most High said to Solomon," because this was in the matter of fact, I'm just gonna read up to 8. It says, "And Solomon said unto the Most High," so it's the 2 Chronicles 1 and 8. It says, "And Solomon said unto the Most High, Thou hast showed great mercy unto David my father, and hast made me to reign in his stead. Now, O Yahweh power, let thy promise unto David my father be established, for thou hast made me king over a people like the dust of the earth in multitude." Verse 10, "Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go out and come in before this people. For who can judge this thy people that is so great?" Verse 11, and the Most High said to Solomon, "Because this was in thine heart, and thou hast not asked for riches, wealth, or honor, nor the life of thine enemies, neither yet has asked for long life, but has asked wisdom and knowledge for thyself, that thou mayest judge my people, over whom I have made thee king." Verse 12, "Wisdom and knowledge is granted unto thee, and I will give thee riches and wealth and honor, and such as none of the kings have had that have been before thee, neither shall there any after thee have thee like." So I mean that account is just basically just talking about how Solomon asked for the wisdom, you know what I'm saying? He ain't want the riches, you know what I'm saying? Like the brother was talking about how Jake, you know what I'm saying, they got the get rich quick schemes. But King Solomon, he ain't asked for that, man. He just wanted wisdom, you know, on how to rule over his people in a righteous way. And the Most High said, you know what, because you ain't even want the riches, you know what, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that on top of the wisdom that you asked for.
And then just him having that wisdom, he was able to obtain it and he ruled as a good king, man, over Israel, man. You know, that during that time with Solomon Marine, that's why he said our people gonna be at peace, man. You know, it wasn't no poor, our people weren't in need, we wasn't needy, you know, we wasn't in a lower state, man. We had somebody ruling over us in wisdom and knowledge, how about Shem Yahweh Shai, man. And then just a quick point, just to reiterate what the brother was saying, 1 Kings 3:12, it reads, it says, behold, well, I'll start at 11. This 1 Kings 3:11. It says, and the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked for riches thyself, nor has asked the life of thine enemies, but has asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. And that's just the point, man. Just want to get, because Solomon was the wisest man on earth, man. You know, we having that understanding that Solomon is the brother that wrote Proverbs and Sirach, these same books, man.
Wisdom of Solomon.
You see the wisdom of Solomon. It'd be wise that you seek after the counsel of the wisest man after the earth, man. You know, because he the one giving you his accounts and telling you these things, man. But just back to the lesson at hand. It's the book of Proverbs. I think we had just read Proverbs 5 and 9. But I'll read it again just to get back on point. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 5. And it reads, it says, get wisdom and get understanding. Forget it not. Neither decline thou from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she will keep thee. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and exalt with all it says, and with all thy getting, get understanding. Verse 8, so like it says, exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. Verse 9, she give a head. No, you're fine. Verse 9, it reads, it says, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, and a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. So, hey, just reiterating that, you can grab Sirach 1:11.
I think I read that. That's the first precept we brought up.
That was the first precept. Now the first one I think was Sirach 1:14. It should have been.
Con, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 11. It says, the fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing.
All right, so he's telling you again. Read it from the top again.
Con, it says, the fear of the Lord is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing.
And like we know, like we read beforehand, and we know that the fear of the Lord is beginning of wisdom, man. So he just, as the brother just read, the fear of the Lord is a crown of rejoicing, man. Just going back to Proverbs 4 and 9, it says, she shall give to thy head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory she shall deliver to thee, man. So you fearing the Lord, getting that wisdom, that understanding, man, the Most High gonna crown you with that glory, that honor, man. You know, as being a son of the Most High, man, having that same wisdom, man, having being in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. As the same way he crowned Solomon, man, and gave him all wisdom and understanding, man, and gave him riches and honor, man. You know, but I'll jump to Proverbs 2 and 10. While I grab that, you can hold Sirach 1 and 4.
I can bring this piece out right.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Con, this is the book of Job, chapter 28, and this is an account of what Job was saying. Con,
hold it. If I had a point on there, I had a point on there.
what verse was you reading?
Job 28 and 12 and 17, and I had 20 and 23. They had the same.
Yeah, I was just gonna read from 12 on down.
12 on there. Yeah, that's
yeah,
it.
you good?
You good.
We can wait.
This the Salakia, man. It's the spirit.
What you had wanted though?
Sirach 1 and 4.
Okay.
This the book of Proverbs, chapter 2 and verse 10, and it reads. It says, when wisdom enters into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee. So it tell you, man, when wisdom enters into your heart, man, the knowledge that you're getting, man, it's gonna be pleasant unto you. Verse 11 it says, discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee, man. So you know you getting this wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you understanding how to walk on your journey, man. You understanding how to deal with people on the daily. You know, you just understanding the ways of life, man, how to go about life, man, and just dealing with different objects and substances that's gonna come to you, man. You know, dealing with all these different trials and tribulations that's gonna come to you that you gotta face, man. Because just like the precept read in verse 11 says, discretion shall preserve thee. You know, just real quick on the definition of discretion, it was just reading. It says the quality. It says let me grab it. I had wrote it down earlier. It says the quality. I had just wrote down my version, but it says the quality of behaving, speaking in a way to avoid offenses or danger, man. So you having that discretion it just gonna, it's gonna give you the understanding, man, how to avoid offenses and danger, man. It's gonna help you how to avoid offending people, offending people of your nation, offending the other nations. Just staying out of trouble and danger, man. Just going back to being prudent, man, prudency. But read that.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, wisdom hath created all, wisdom have been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
See, that's my point, man. Just going back to the point how we just read with discretion and giving you prudency, man. Read it from the top again.
It said, verse 4, it says, wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting.
So I'm saying, so with that wisdom and knowledge, man, the Most High give you prudency, man. And we know that being prudent, prudency is just the act of being prudent. And going to that definition of prudent, it was just going out the act of showing. It says care. It says caring thought of the future, man. And a proverb for a different word for it says cautiousness, man. So you just being cautious on your walk, man. You just being cautious and going about, man. You having that caring thought for the future, man. How these things gonna go on and play out, man. Knowing all these prophecies that's gonna come to pass, and just the different accounts, man. We know that we're gonna have to face, man. So with that, I read this Proverbs 8 and 12. It says, "Our wisdom dwell with prudence." So it tell you, man, it says, "Our wisdom dwell with prudence," man. So you having that wisdom, man, it says it dwell with prudence. So it's going to give you how to be prudent, man. It's going to give you how to foresee evil, how to foresee things, man, how to stay out of trouble, man, how to avoid different things, man. Going back to the precept, being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove, man. It's going to teach you how to be wise and how to move in and out, man. How to move around things like a snake would, just living around, getting in and out, man. And then just continue on, it says 8 and 12 from the top. It says, "Our wisdom dwell with prudence and find out knowledge of witty inventions," man. So, hey, there you have it, man. You got something? Get the you can go Proverbs 12 and 23. Cause just like how we going into, man. Hey, it's important that you get this wisdom and knowledge, man, from Yahweh Hashem, man, and dwell therein with wisdom, man. Hold on to her, man. Follow after her, man. Cause she gonna guide you, man. She gonna lead you. She gonna guide your steps, man. Cause like I was saying, people of the world, they don't know if they coming or going, man. Cause they don't got this wisdom, man. They don't got this knowledge. They don't know how to move. They don't know when they get in certain situations. Jake get in a tight situation, he don't know what he gonna do, man. So he just start acting off emotion, the anger, just different stuff, building up, man. Or they're just people of the world, man. They just get in type of situation. They don't know how to act, man. They don't know how to go accordingly, man. Stuff you might get a little argument at work with your manager, or you might get into it with your mother, your father. You gotta know how to go about these things, man. Just little certain situations like that of the world, man. Go ahead.
It's 12 and what?
12 and 23.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 12 and verse 23. It says, "A prudent man concealeth knowledge." We'll start over. Proverbs 12 and 23. "A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness."
Read it again one time.
A prudent man concealeth knowledge.
So just like going back to that word prudent, man, foreseeing evil, man. Just being cautious, man. So it's telling you, man, a prudent man, he concealeth knowledge, man. He gonna hold knowledge on how to move, going to foreseeing the evil, how to duck and dodge, man. We'll keep going.
It says, "But the hearts of fools proclaimeth foolishness."
So, but the heart of a fool, man, he gonna proclaim be foolish, man. He gonna be folly, man. He gonna do what's in his heart, man. He not gonna know how to move with wisdom and knowledge, man. How Jake do, just I was going back to the situation we're getting into with different people, man, or different situations, man. Jake act out, man. He act out on foolishness, man. He act out on folly, man. Just get real prideful and start, just blamming out all kind of shit, man. But this the book of Proverbs 13 and 16, and it reads, verse 16, "Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge." So again, it's telling you right here, man, hey, every prudent man, you're going to deal with knowledge, man. You're going to deal with this wisdom and knowledge, the understanding of Yahweh Hashem outside, man. It's like the brother read on that precept earlier, man, what we wanted to get. And the wisdom of this world is foolishness, man. So you're not going to act off. You're not going to deal with the foolishness of this world. You're going to deal with the not the foolishness, but the knowledge of this world. You're going to deal with the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem outside, which is true understanding, which is true knowledge, man. So again, verse 16, it says, "Every prudent man dealeth with knowledge, but a fool layeth open his folly," man. Just going back on the precept the brother just read, man. A fool, he gonna lay open his folly, man. He gonna let it be known that he a fool, man. He gonna act as a fool, man. Yeah, something.
I was gonna bring This is the book of Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 2. It just says, a fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. And this is just saying, like the brother was saying, a wise man, he'll conceal the knowledge, you know what I'm saying? But a fool, he does the opposite, you know what I'm saying? So what this is saying, a fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. He don't, you know what I'm saying? That goes along with the talk less and listen more. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna do that. A fool don't got no interest in what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? He trying to discover his own heart. You know what I'm saying? He trying to spout out the things that he feel. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get more. He trying to give you how he feel, his understanding. He don't want to hear. You know what I'm saying? The words of the Lord. So you feel me?
Right, great piece of great point, man. You can hold Proverbs 27:12. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 14 and verse 18, and it reads, it says, the simple inherit folly, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge, man. So just going back, how knowledge and wisdom deal with prudency, man. You know, just how knowledge and wisdom, man, when you receive the knowledge of wisdom, man, you gonna be prudent, man. You gonna foresee things, you gonna know, like me and my brother have a conversation earlier, man, being 10 steps ahead, man, just already on top of the ball, as the word say. You already on point, you already on game. That word slang, like a lot of niggas say, I'm already on game, man. Have this knowledge and wisdom, how about you gonna be on game, you gonna be on point. You're gonna be 10 steps ahead, man. You already gonna see the move Esau trying to make. You gonna see the move this Spirit or this Jake trying to make. You already gonna foresee it, so you already gonna know how to move around and account for that, man. But you go ahead.
This book of Proverbs chapter 27 and 12. It says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, just how we've been going to, man. The prudent, he gonna foresee the evil, man. He gonna pass on. He gonna get on through, gonna get out of the way, man. But the simple gonna pass on, man. You can get Sirach 1 and 6 and 7.
Sirach 1 and 6 through 7. This book of Sirach chapter 1 and verse 6. It says, to whom hath the root of wisdom been revealed, or who hath known her wise counsels? Unto whom hath the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest, and who hath understood her great experience?
You know what I'm saying? And those are, sarcastic questions, man, because we know that the only person that know these things is Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. He the only one, like I read earlier, man. The Lord give him wisdom, man. And he the only one that can search these things out. The ones that can give it to you, man. He know these deep secrets, and so therefore, man, you need to do on the Spirit, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You need to be seeking after the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, just like that David prayed, man. Pray that he don't take the Holy Spirit from him, man. You need to pray that the Holy Spirit don't get taken from you, man, because we know that dwelleth with wisdom and knowledge and stunning Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man.
This is the book of Proverbs chapter 24 and verse and verse 7. It says, wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. And we know, that's what I'm saying. We know the only people who really gonna get the wisdom of this book, you know what I'm saying, is through the spirit of the people who have the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And those people are of the elect, you know what I'm saying? Those people are of, you know what I'm saying, the Most High's children, you know what I'm saying, his predestined, you know what I'm saying, according to those who predestinated. Those are the only people who really gonna be able to understand the true the depths of this book, you know what I'm saying?
The mysteries and parables.
You feel me? So just to read it again, Proverbs 24 and 7. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. So it's too high for fools, man.
Get Sirach I wanted you to read that Joel 28, if you can read that now after that. Go back and read that Sirach 1 and 6. 6 and 7, and you can get that Joel. But before you read that, you go to Sirach 3 and go to Sirach 3. Sirach 3, go down. Go down. It says, it was saying terrible. I had read it earlier. I know I read it in Sirach 3.
Oh, Shalaki, this is Ecclesiastes. Sirach.
Yeah. 3, go down. Down.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 29. It says the heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man.
So again, man, going back to Proverbs 8:1, man, it was telling me you need to incline your ear to wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man, so that you can understand. It just tells you, hey, man, a prudent man, he gonna understand the parable, man. You know, and it says a wise ear, he gonna attend to these things. He gonna want to hear these things, man. Just like the brother going to a fool, not gonna want to hear this, said the Lord, man. You know,
He can search his own heart. He's not gonna want to hear understand. He ain't gonna care for that.
feel me? So you can read that Sirach 1:6-7 again. You can get his old. I think that's what I had to go hand in hand with.
This is Sirach 1:6. It says, "To whom hath the root of wisdom been revealed, or who hath known her wise counsels? Unto whom have the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest, and who hath understood her great experience?" So we go to the book of Job 28:12.
We can break all that. That's why the brother getting that, hey, just going into, man, how we know that, hey, the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, it's not out here in the world. It's not from these professors. You can't go get it from your local librarian. You can't go get it from your science teacher. You can't go get this wisdom from your mama, your daddy. You know, you can't go buy this wisdom, man. It's not worth no money. It's not worth no gold or no silver, man. The only way you gonna get it is from the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. And that's through mercy that he even give it to you, that he did with you on that level, man. But
This is the book of Job, chapter 28 and verse 12. It says, "But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding? Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living." It says, "The depth said, it is not in me, and the sea saith, it is not with me." Verse 15, "It cannot be gotten for gold, neither shall silver be weighed for the price thereof." 16, "It cannot be valued with the gold of Ophir, with the precious onyx or the sapphire. The gold and the crystal cannot equal it, and the exchange of it shall not be for jewels of fine gold." It says, verse 18, "No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies." And so you can see all these, you know what I'm saying, and the things of this nature will be something that will be considered, you know, expensive per se, or a delicacy, you know what I'm saying? These are things that the people, you know what I'm saying, worldly people, you know what I'm saying, worldly beings, they will be obsessed with these things. It says crystals, you know, and we know people love to get into crystals now, especially nowadays, the times that we live in, because they think they hold some kind of power. But it mentions pearls and gold, you know what I'm saying, just all the gems, all the like I said, expensive things of this world. But verse 18, it says, "No mention shall be made of coral or of pearls, for the price of wisdom is above rubies." The wisdom is above all these things. You know what I'm saying? People go to work every day of their life, you know what I'm saying, and spend 70% of their paycheck on a gold chain. But the wisdom that you can get from this book is above all of that. It's more valuable than anything that you can possibly try to obtain in this life that we living in, man.
Just going back to Proverbs, it say it's more than anything that you can desire, man. Just going back to that, man, because, you know, Jake desire everything, man. Jake want $1 million. Jake want that mansion in the house for his mom. He want that mansion on the hill for his mom and his family. He want, you know, Jake want a tiger. Jake want everything. He want paradise, man. But you have that wisdom now, that is paradise, man. You know, that's going, like we was just saying earlier in the video, man. That's what's going to uphold you, man. You know, it's going. I'll read this real fast, because like I just said, hey, that wisdom now, that's what's going to uphold you, man. That's what you're going to need in the time of trouble. That's what you're going, when it boils down to all this shit, you know, just going away and everything vanishing away. Only thing that you possibly can have, you know, that nobody can take away from you is the knowledge and wisdom and understanding, man.
I can read the rest of this.
Yeah, go ahead. Salaki.
This verse 19. It says, "The topaz of Ethiopia shall not equal it, neither shall it be valued with pure gold. Whence then cometh wisdom? And where is the place of understanding? Seeing it is hid from the eyes of all living, and kept close from the fowls of the air. Destruction and death say, we have heard the fame thereof with our ears. The Most High understandeth the way thereof, and he knoweth the place thereof." So that's going back into, you know what I'm saying, wisdom comes from the Lord, you know what I'm saying? It comes from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. To keep going, verse 24, "For he looketh to the ends of the earth, and seeth under the whole heaven, to make the weight for the winds, and he weigheth the waters by measure. When he made a decree for the rain, and made way for the lightning of thunder, then he did see it, and declared, and prepared it. Yeah, and searched it out. In verse 28, just the point I wanted to get to, and unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. So you know what I'm saying? You get all the wisdom. That's why you can really go back to Solomon. You know what I'm saying? He had all the wisdom and everything, but at the end of the day, his heart ended up being turned over into false idols. You know what I'm saying? False gods. That's an evil thing. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He had the wisdom in the beginning, but at the end, he didn't depart from evil. You know what I'm saying? So it could be said that he, you know what I'm saying, that he stopped understanding the true fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? He started loving women more than anything at that point. That was just the point.
Nah, you fine. You fine. You doing all right?
Yeah, how about you?
Pretty good.
Have a good one. But just going, that was a great point, man. Just going off the point, like I said earlier, man, this wisdom and knowledge, that's what's going to hold you, man. You know, that's what's going to keep you lifted up during the times of trouble and when you're in need, man. You know, like, these things of the world, all the stuff that you can desire, these women, these cars, all these rich things, like the brother was going to the pearls, these crystals, ain't none of that, that's going to uphold you uplifted, that can save you, man. This Isaiah chapter 33 and 6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So it tells you, man, the wisdom and knowledge, that's gonna be a stability, man. You know, it's something, that stability is something that, you know, that's holding you up, so you don't fall, you know, so you don't go off left or right, man. You know, it's gonna be the one, this knowledge is gonna be what keep you stable, man. It says the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. So this wisdom and knowledge from Yahweh outside, it's gonna be the strength of your salvation. It's gonna be the stronghold. It's gonna be that stronghold for your salvation. You know, they keep you strong during your times, you know, and uphold you, man. You know, so you can know how to move and maneuver. You know, as we said before. And continuing on, it says, the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. And we know that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, man. That's why I said the fear of the Lord is his treasure, man. You know, that's where your treasure need to be at. You know, Jake want to uphold treasures in the world, you know, for this money and just different stuff like the brother was going into. But your treasure need to be is the fear of the Lord. That's where your treasure need to be at, and fearing the Lord, so that you can attain this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, man. So you can know how to move, so that you can know how to walk uprightly in the eyes of the Lord, man. You know, that's what matters most. That's what matters most in his walk, you know. You know, seeing upright into the Lord, not into the ways of this world, man. But and just going off that, and the precept just going into, man, because like I'm gonna read this real quick. It's how the Most High told us, man, this gonna be our wisdom and knowledge before these nations, man. You know, not the wisdom of this world, you know, not the money you get, not how much money you get, not how much chains and cars you got. Cause we see these rappers, you know, all these different people in the world, these entrepreneurs, they still niggas, man. They still don't see why. They still fools into the nations, man. They still just niggas, man.
They get on these, they start doing them interviews. They ain't talking about shit.
They ain't talking about nothing.
They ain't talking about nothing.
Folly, madness, man. Death. They talking about killing their own people, robbing their own people. Talking about how many bitches they don't fuck, shaking ass. You got all these different women, these Cardi B's, these sexy reds. They ain't doing nothing.
Now you got niggas like Lil Durk meeting with the mayor of Chicago.
You see what I'm saying?
Like Durk ain't he's not no leader of a community, man.
And that's really all part of the plan, man. Hey, to keep our people in that chokehold and that stronghold of worshiping these different false idols, man. You know, worshiping that Islam. Cause we know that he a so-called Muslim, man. So worshiping that Islam, you know, and having our people having the influence of being a rapper. You know, cause we know Lil Durk wicked as hell, man. Everybody around him either done die or gonna die, man. You see what I'm saying? Or they in all kind of mischief and wickedness, man.
That same fate gonna be for himself, man. Unless he turn and repent.
And this I'm gonna grab Luke 21 and 15.
That's spirit. I was already in
Luke.
That's crazy.
This Deuteronomy chapter 4 in verse 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord by God commanded me. Now you should do so in the land whether you go to possess it. Verse 6, it says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people, man. So hey, you keep these statutes and understandings, statutes and commandments of the Lord, man, you know, and preaching and teaching these things and following by them, man, and fearing the Lord, hey, that's gonna be a wisdom in the sight of these different nations and these different people, man. That's even gonna be a wisdom in the sight of your people, the 2/3 that's going off, man. Cause I'm like, man, this nigga move different. He moving on right, man. He got wisdom, he got knowledge, he know how to move, man. You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, surely this is a great people, man, a wise people, man. Cause like we were just going into the people of this world, they're not wise. They may have all these riches, they may have everything that the world glory in, but at the end of the day, man, they just dumb people, man. They don't know how to move. They gonna get caught out there, man. When all this shit fail and the system go down and all hell breaking loose, man, all that money and shit not gonna be able to save you, man. Like we just read in Isaiah 33, man, that wisdom and knowledge is gonna be a stability of times, man. That's gonna be the script of salvation, man. And only people that's gonna have it, like the brother was going to, is the elect, the ones that the Most High God predestined, man. You know, His chosen, man. You know what I'm saying? But you grab that Luke 21 and if you had something different, Luke, you can grab that too. But Luke 21 and 15.
It says, this is the book of Luke 21 and 15. It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist."
I really want to talk again.
"For I will give you a mouth and wisdom."
So the Lord, man, just going back to Deuteronomy 4 and 5, man, if we keep these commandments and walk after the Lord, man, and fear the Lord, hey, that's what He gonna do. What He say?
It says, "For I will give you a mouth and wisdom."
So the Lord, He gonna give us that mouth and wisdom to what?
"Which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist."
So the people of this world, even the people, our adversaries in the truth, I mean not the truth, but even our adversaries of our own nation, Israel, man, they're not gonna be able to gainsay this truth, man. They're not gonna be able to resist this, man. Why? Because these not our words that we speaking, man. We speaking this said the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is the true wisdom and knowledge, man. They're not gonna be able to buck up against it. They're not gonna be able to resist it, man. Cause this said the Lord. I mean, yeah, you may buck up, you may try to resist it, man, but you only gonna resist it, buck up to your own destruction, man. Cause you the one going out. We're not the ones going out. We speaking this said the Lord. You know, just like the brother was going to, and a fool gonna try to discover his own heart. He gonna want to tell you what you want to hear, but we telling you this said the Lord. We're not telling you the things that we want to hear. We're not telling you the things out of our own belly, man. You feel me? And that's why it's important, just going back to the title at hand, hey, follow her and she shall guide thee, man. That's why it's important to follow that wisdom and knowledge, man. For the most I can give you that understanding on how to move, man. You know what I'm saying? Brothers ain't got nothing else, man. We wrap it up.
Really, I was just reading an account of how Yahushua, like how they were looking for him. You know what I'm saying? He went to the temple. They were looking for him. Exactly. He was trying to get that wisdom and knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
That's good, right?
So I mean, I can really read this whole thing, but I really want to just get to the point. Matter of fact, I mean, I just read things because it ain't no harm in it. So this book of Luke, chapter 2, and I started at 41, and I just read on down. It says, "Now his parents went to Jerusalem," and speaking of Yahushua, it says, "Now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover." And another thing, today is so-called Father's Day, right? That ain't got nothing to do with the scriptures, man. We gotta get back to our heritage, and we gotta start taking part of the holy days. You know what I'm saying? Take part in the holidays that Yahushua and his people took part of. And an example of that was the Passover. You know what I'm saying? You guys start getting back to that.
All right. So like in New Moon today, you feel me? That's another holiday or high holiday you can call, man. You know, just a day, you know, appointed to the Lord.
Right. So that was off point, but I mean it was on point, but off point. But to get back to it, verse 42, Salakia. It says, "And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast." It says, "And when they had fulfilled the days, as they returned, the child Yahushua tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey. And they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. And when they found him not, they turned back to Jerusalem, seeking him. Back again to Jerusalem, seeking him." Salakia. Verse 46, it says, "And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of doctors, hearing them and asking them questions. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. And he said unto them, How is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? And they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Yahushua increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with the Most High and man." So this is just an account of, this is 12-year-old Yahushua, man. All he was doing, he was trying to get wisdom and understanding. You know what I'm saying? He was sitting in the temple with grown ass men, asking them questions, and they were astonished at this. And what does
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what does Scripture say, man? You gotta be like Hamashiach, be like, you know what I'm saying, who they call Christ. You know what I'm saying? You gotta try to be on one accord with him. So you need to strive for wisdom and understanding like he did at the age of 12. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be about, you know what I'm saying, our Heavenly Father's business.
It's like Paul said, be ye following me, for I'm a follower of Christ, man. And we know Yahushua, man, he was a follower of his father. So you being a follower after Yahushua, you follow the same footsteps Yahushua follow after, which is after Yahweh, man. You feel me? That same spirit Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's why he told his people, man, and you gotta know that I'm about my father's business, even though we know that his earthly father was Joseph. You feel me? But he telling them, man, he telling his own earthly father, man, hey, you must not know I'm about Yahweh's business, man. I'm about my father's business. I could not have to do the work of my father would sent me, man.
That shit really gangster, really. Like, his mama basically crying, like, damn, where was you? He's like, man, you don't know, like, I'm about my father's business. Like, I ain't too much worried about what y'all got going on.
Feel me? But it just go back to that point when you say it was in there with the doctors, because just like the brother was saying, man, this 12-year-old Yahushua in there with grown men, but not only just grown men, these was men of understanding, man. These weren't just regular jakes in the world. These weren't regular niggas, man.
Verse 46, Luke 2:46, it says, and it came to pass that after the 3 days they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors.
Who?
Of the doctors.
So these people are understanding, man. So go ahead.
Both hearing them and asking them questions.
So he hearing these people and he asking them questions, trying to get his own understanding, man. He's irritative.
And the next verse it says, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers.
That's why I wanted to get it, because these people, they're astonished at a 12-year-old answer, man. You feel me? And we know that the only way that they can even be astonished and even understand, like, damn, this little boy got some understanding, you know. Hey, it's through the Father Yahweh, man. He gave him that spirit, you feel me? That's why, like the brother was saying, you want to be a follower after Yahushua, man. That way you receive the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, to sincerity, man, and have that knowledge, you know what I'm saying? That was a great point, man. But you know, with that, man, Lord willing, this video was edifying, man. We're gonna wrap it up, giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. But honest to the apostles, elders of great millstone, teaching his word, man, in season, out of season, man. Shalom to the fully, man. Shalom.